Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. For all of you that come back and watch my videos and subscribe and like and comment, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. This is just going to be a real quick video because I found out some new information that I probably didn't pay attention to in watching some of the reviews that some of the people do for different stuff. And for those of you that come and watch my channel, you know that good solid percentage of my videos are with the Pavo20 Pro that I've had, for some time now. So, with that said, I have always tried to figure out a way to kind of get the O4 Lite to kind of work with it and function on it. And I never felt like it did really well. So, and aesthetically, for me, it wasn't never pretty. And I could never find a good, case to put the O4 Lite board in and to keep it safe. And so I forgot about that process and moved on and kept the O4 Pro on there. But recently, the last few months ago, not recently, a few months ago, BetaFPV announced the Pavo20 Pro version 2 with new frame upgrades. And so I watched a couple of reviewers who got it and so forth, and I got interested because they made it so that you could put an O4 Lite or an O4 Pro on the plate. And I was like, that's great. So I ordered it off AliExpress, waited a couple weeks for it and so forth, and I got it. And it came with, so I didn't get one with like the VTX or anything. I just got the kit. So I had an O4 Lite laying around. So I put the Pavo Pico II frame together with the O4 Lite, got it mounted on the new plate that BetaFPV put together. And I've been having a blast with it, learning and so forth. But I did notice that when I was flying, I would have some kind of unstable, like wobbly. So I would land it and I would check the motors, the props, and I'd check the frame, see if everything was okay. And, their new gummy thing, I mean, it bounces around, but it's made for that. Like I'm not saying it had jello by any means, right? It seemed like it was just kind of flopping back and forth. So I said, you know what, let me go take a look at the profile rates and see what's going on, and maybe I'll make some changes to it, because at that time I was still using the stock rates that came with it. And I like to fly generally like that for the most part until I figure out what I want to make a change to. And then when I decide I want to make a change, I usually make a copy of the profile, save it away, so that way if I screw anything up, which I generally do sometimes, I can just put it all back to normal and it'll be okay. And so when I connected to Betaflight, I noticed that in the PID section it said O4 Pro. And I didn't think anything of it. It said O4 Pro in the goggles, and I just figured that was the way it came, right? So I made my copy and everything, and I went to choose Profile 2 and drop that down. And when I did that, what I tell you about flying in the house, you little shit? Uh, just kidding. Kids. Anyway, Profile 2, it now said DJI O4. So I was like, let me take a look at this, right? So I went in, all the rates were the same, nothing changed. But I did notice that the sliders and some of those rates on the first PID part of it did change. So I went back and forth between Profile 1 and 2 a few times just to see if maybe my eyes were messing with me. And there was definitely a difference. So I chose O4 Pro, saved those settings, and then I put it on Profile 2, O4 Lite, or DJI O4 is what it says. Saved it. Unfortunately, I couldn't go and fly. It started to rain and stuff, so I had to wait a day or so, and I went out and fly. And now all of a sudden, it's nice and smooth. I haven't had any kind of wobbling. I haven't had any, not that I had any jello before or anything, but this whole process here was now gone. No matter, I tried to recreate it in flying and looking at the video that I flew, and I had that motion in the goggles, and I couldn't recreate it. So I went back to a couple of the YouTube masters that I follow, and I get all my learning information about FPV and this and that, primarily squatting quads, Rimsler, and Drone Camp. I think it's Drone Camp. And I watched each one of those again, and at some point in those videos, they did mention that there was a separate profile for the O4 Pro and the O4 Lite. And I don't know why I didn't catch it. I think maybe I was kind of watching what they were doing versus listening to what they were talking about. So I apologize to them, and I'm going to throw links down in the description and give them each the credit, because really those are the only three that I kind of watched when it came to this. There's now a bunch of reviewers, and I'm just not going to go through all of them. So anyway, yeah, so I made a quick video of how to do that, and to maybe kind of explain what I'm talking about, because I kind of ramble along. And so for maybe some of you new guys with the O4 Pro version 2, O4 Pro version 2, Pavo20 Pro, they got to come up with an easier name. Pavo20 Pro version 2, you can see how to do this. And I think it made a little bit of a difference. You know, it's a strong quad. It's 1104 motors with 7200 kV, 3S. And generally this Pavo Pico is what, 1102 motors? I don't know what the kV is, but that's what it's made for. And since then, this is like a little rocket, just like the little shit that just went by a minute ago. These kids. Anyway, so watch the video. I appreciate you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, so once you're all connected, obviously hit connect and come over to Pit Tunes. And as you can see here, this is pretty simple and normal. If you look at profile settings underneath, you can see this says O4 Pro, profile 1. So if you choose profile 2, it changes it to DJI O4. And there are definitely some changes in these rates here, and the sliders here as well. Make sure you save it, obviously, and exit, and then you can go back out and do another flight, which is what I did. And all right, so that was it. Easy peasy. I don't know why I didn't see that before, and I don't know why I didn't pay attention to the other reviewers that were out there that do a much better job than I do. But I appreciate what they do. I appreciate what all of them do. But so anyway, give it a try. Let me know in the comments. Two things. One, what do you think of this? If you've been here to my channel before, what do you think of this whole talking thing? Yeah. You know, it took about 15 times I started this over and over, and it, you know, finally got to where I am here at this moment right now. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Should I keep trying? I just stick to flying. And if you tried the changing the rates from O4 Pro to O4 Lite, did you notice anything before you did the change from O4 Pro to O4 Lite? Is it doing better? Is it doing worse? I don't know. But anyway, it's one of my favorites. It stays in. I've kind of gone from carrying just the O4 Pro version and to carrying the O4 Pro version and the O4 Lite at the same time, because sometimes you just want to do a quick rip on something that you see and not necessarily make a YouTube, you know, spectacular video. You just want to have some fun, because that's why we do what we do, right? The hobby is what it is. And other times you see something and you could just be, well, at least for me, being out and seeing this amazing sunsets or sunrises or whatever, and you just want to capture them, and that's it. My other thing that I got to work on is figure out ND filters are great for sunrises and sunsets. So that's the only thing that I'm having kind of struggling with legitimately for me. If anyone's got any suggestions, also make some comments. I do have the Flywoo O4 Lite wide angle lens setup, full setup on the inside of here. Unfortunately, that setup doesn't fit inside of this canopy here. I could throw it into a O4 Pro canopy, but again, I'm back to zip tying the board and all of that, and that's not what I want to do. It doesn't, for me, aesthetically. I like fun little things, you know what I mean? And so that's it. But anyway, enough of me. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next one. again, because I think I already said that. But, you know, peace.